Thank you for buying this 18536 mobile sink from Fixture Displays. You can find this item on fixturedisplays.com by searching 18536. These are all the components. We're going to give you step-by-step instructions to make sure you fully understand how to put it together and how this unit looks like once it's done. We encourage you to view this video prior and after your purchase. So you have all the components, the sink, and then the plumbing hardware, and we're going to go through them one by one. To start with, you want to have all the back panel to be ready to put on all the plumbing hardware, that is the pump and then the heating unit. Certain units don't have heating devices, and if yours don't, you can inquire with us how to purchase additional components. You want to install the pump as shown. The holes are pre-drilled, and then this bracket goes over the extending portion of this pump. You simply fasten a couple of screws. You can use your regular Phillips screwdriver, or if you have a light duty power drill, you can use that as well. Now at this hole position, you want to fasten a small screw, but leave about a 1/4 inch off so you can hang a controller device we're going to show you later on. Now look at all the panels. Where there is a plastic insert, you can take your time to fasten the bolts onto them. This is where a light duty power drill would save you some time. I recommend you to get all of them done at one shot so you don't have to keep looking for your tools and the hardware. Now where there's a hole, you want to put a cam in. Identify the arrow on the cam. The arrow should face straight out to the opening hole. If the arrow is not facing the correct orientation, your connection may be compromised in that your two panels would not be fastened tight enough. When that occurs, adjust the cam direction to make sure your two pieces of board has zero room in between. It would be advisable to have another person hold the panel so it doesn't flap around to cause damages, but one person could handle that with care. So turn that clockwise to a snug tightness, but you don't want to over tighten it. Now you can do the other side panel. If you have any questions, email us cs, that's Charlie Sam, at fixturedisplays.com. Now we're going to install the bottom piece. Of course, first you want to fasten all the bolts like I said earlier. Match up all the holes, and then tighten the cams from inside. You see 16 holes, 4 on each corner. That's for the wheels or caster. Now we're going to install the casters. It's fairly straightforward. You basically line up the 4 holes and then fasten with this machine screw. Now 2 of the wheels are locking wheels. You can decide where you want to put the locking wheels on. Now we have the pump components in there. We're going to connect the power source to it. And then we're going to put in the controller unit. I'm going to hang it on that hole. And then these 2 plugs will go through the small cutout in the back panel to go to your wall outlet. Now later we're going to introduce models with the battery powered function for the pump only. For the heating side, a battery wouldn't do much. Now we're going to install the top panel. We're going to further introduce how to put the water in and out of the water tanks later on. But now we're going to get the top installed. And then we have the doors. You want to put the hinges on and fasten 2 screws. Repeat the same for the other 3 components. You don't have to over tighten, just enough to hold the hardware in there. And then we're going to fasten the screws of the hinge to the side panel. The hinges are adjustable in that if your fit isn't perfect, there are several ways to adjust it. This video will not show that level of detail, but if you Google or YouTube search cabinet door hinge adjustment, there should be tons of video to show you how those parts are adjusted. Now we're going to install the lock. Now make sure you adjust the tongue position, test it before you fasten the nut. Otherwise you just end up repeating or on the same work. So to install the tongue, you want to remove the screw. Make sure you don't lose the screw and then the washer. Now this gentleman, this engineer, knows what he's doing, so his tongue is facing the right direction. But you would have to, I encourage you to try it before you fasten that nut and then that screw, so that lock position is in the desirable position. Now we're going to fasten the knob. The lock and key is not a required component, but it's nice to have to prevent kids get into the cabinet. You don't want them to mess around with the tanks. Now we're going to show you how to install the sink. You are going to need certain sealants, plumber's glue, so on and so forth, to do a proper job. In this video, we did not include those level of details, but it's highly recommended you seal or caulk the proper joints. Now the cup comes in several components. You want to unscrew that, the separate components. There are 2 washers, one on the top, one on the bottom. Now technically, you could, if you're not planning to do a lot of gluing or sealing, you could assemble the sink on the side and put it in. But if you are doing it properly, professionally, have some professionally install the sink, this is the proper sequence. Here's where you'll put some adhesive, and then you want to match up the 2 components and then fasten the screw from here to attach it. Now we're going to use the extender tube to connect here to the bottom of the drain. And now we're going to show you how to install the faucet as well. There's a protective film. You should remove that, and then 2 washers. So this simply goes through the sink and then the top panel. And you fasten that with the bottom piece. This is the connector piece that the water tube, inlet tube, would connect to. It snaps in fairly easily. We recommend you test the plumbing components prior to final installation. For demo purpose, we have two 5-gallon water bottles. One used as inlet water, the other is the disposal water. On the inlet water bottle, you're going to put in the tube and then the proper attachment along with the heating device if you purchased one. Now you can plug in and have the water heated up in controlled temperature range before putting this unit to use. Once you plug in and you turn the faucet on, the water comes out through the pump. As you turn the faucet off, it shuts off the water. As you can see, the water comes a steady, reasonably strong trickle, but it's not a high pressure jet. It's not designed so. Now the temperature control unit, we're going to have another clip to show the details, is preset in a range that is warm but not hot. And that is an optional installation. We're going to get you some basic dimensions of the unit. It measures 24 inches wide, 29 inches tall, and front to back is 18.3 inches. The sink itself is, or the faucet is about 3 inches tall, and then the sink is 12.9 inches wide, 10 inches front to back, and about 5 inches deep. For demonstration purpose, the water bottle is 11 inches in diameter and height is 19 inches. We recommend you procure your own water bottles. You can use your office water bottle as well, and beware of the size of unit to make sure they fit properly. This will be a great unit for a lab, a preschool. It's a short unit with potential shorter users in mind. If you need a taller unit, let us know. We know you have choices in this marketplace. We want to thank you for shopping Fixture Displays. Have a blessed day. Here's how the controller works. You first want to calibrate temperature if accuracy is important to you, of course. We use ice water to calibrate. It should be 32 degrees Fahrenheit. In this case, we're showing 32.4. We go to P2 to adjust 0.4 degrees further away from where it already is. Now it should show 32 degrees. We're now going to show how to toggle or set Fahrenheit versus Celsius. Go to P4. That's how you set it. We are going to show you how to set start and shut off temperature by using P0 and P1. At P1, we set shut off at 113 degrees. That's warm. You can adjust that. And we at P0 set 95 degrees to start power heating water up. You can adjust that as well. Last, we're going to show you there's the delay function. Go to P3 that lets you delay X number of minutes once the low temperature is reached before the power turns on. Thank you for shopping fixture displays.